Good morning. Welcome to another episode of The Conversation here on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. And you already know I'm bringing you the show from Nigeria's capital city of Abuja, and my name is Adesuwasuyi. Today on the show, we're going to be looking at, something that's quite critical at this point in time in our country. The unity of us as a people and as a country has greatly been threatened, largely shaking the foundation of what we know Nigeria to be, as a country. And so today on the show, we're going to be looking at how can the foundation of our nation be strengthened. And to join me in having that conversation is the founder of Project One, Bisayo, Akinnadeju. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Adesuwa. It's always a pleasure being here.
Yeah. You look so Nigerian today.
Thank you. I am a Nigerian.
I know. Let's get straight into it. Nigeria is a multi-religious, multicultural, and multi-ethnic country. And so because of that diversity, a lot of people would have thought that would be one reason. Diversity is supposed to be a reason why people would come together. But it has largely been one of the reasons and one of the problems of us as a people and as a country. The diversity has threatened to break us apart, so much so that we're beginning to see a lot, in time. I mean, just yesterday we had the issue here in Abuja. We had the Igbo and the Hausa people clash over something as minute as, I wouldn't really know what. What do you think about that? Do you think Nigeria, as a multi-diverse country, is the problem? Is a problem, or it's supposed to be maybe the strength of the country?
Yeah, thank you, Adesuwa, for that question. It's something that we've greatly considered among ourselves because we've seen how Nigeria has been spanning over the number of years. Yeah. Especially for those of us who believe in one nation, one Nigeria, and we've been preaching it. Yeah. Everywhere you get to, everyone will tell you, we're really different. We think we should go our separate ways. But then that's why we need to go back to the foundation of what brought us together as a nation. As an organization that I lead, one of our major concerns at each time is we realize that we can keep putting remedial work, we can keep managing the situation, but if you don't go down to the grassroots of where the problem emanated from, we would not be able to move forward as a nation and as a country. And for that, I would say diversity right now in the current understanding of an average Nigeria comes with a whole lot of mistrust. Yeah. And I think until we're able to put trust back in the mind of people, until we're able to let people see how this nation can work together, even though we're not of the same mother, of the same father, of the same tribe, or the same religion, how we can actually work together, and then the commitment of the leaders to seeing that everyone has a role to play or has a part in the nation, in the goodness and the prosperity of the nation. We're not really going to have that happiness, in quote, that we all look forward to as a nation that comes with different diversity, what is meant to be colorful. I have little children and they'll have love rainbow. And I try to tell them, the rainbow comes with different colors. It's more beautiful that way. But until you let people start seeing it, bringing it back to the consciousness of people, I think Nigeria will still have a long way to go, because that trust level has been broken over and over again. For us to move forward as a nation, we need to go back to the foundation.
It's actually beautiful that you mentioned broken trust, because I don't know, in life, when trust is broken, it's hard to pull back together. So you think, or you don't think it was a mistake from the founding fathers to actually have to bring us together? A lot of people think Nigeria was a mistake in the first place, and we should go back to what it was before it was Nigeria. You don't think it was a mistake? And you mentioned leadership as one of the problems, but I would know that I'm Benin. You're Yoruba. I may not necessarily know a lot about you as a people. And then you have one person having to lead that pack of people from different places. And he's just from one place and understands, things from just this perspective. You don't think that's a mistake?
I really do not think so, because if you really want to, Nigeria does not exist in isolation. When you look at all over the world, we're all one. And if I may say it today, we're talking about African coming together. If Africa were to come together, it's not going to mean that all of a sudden an Igbo man has its own, an Hausa man has its own. So the world is actually moving to a place where we're all united, where we're all working together. So the problem of Nigeria is not the fact that we're different. The problem of Nigeria at the moment is because we have failed to realize recognize how each part of us is useful, or when you're useful, how you're celebrated for your contribution to the national development. And when my organization started, one of the things we wanted to do was political education and citizenship appreciation. And the reason why that is once you feel that you are not appreciated within the system that brings everybody together, those are the things that brings about mistrust. So I wouldn't say Nigeria is a mistake. I think Nigeria is a strength, and I would always describe it as something we have not yet unraveled. It's big, and that's why it was called the giant of Africa. If you have to understand the power of numbers, we have it. The world outside, the Western world, the Eastern world, when they look at Nigeria, those are the things they see, the differences, but we have failed to bring those differences together to move us forward. What, in quote, those who have divided us have gained by it is to push those differences in our faces. But when it really comes to the things that matters, and that is why we do political education too, because everything revolves around politics, around leadership in this nation. When the people don't see those things, you can sell what we call red herring to the average Nigerian on the street and say somebody burnt someone's bike, and then say, oh, you know, it's a Yoruba person that did it. It's an Hausa man, and then it becomes it's outside against Yoruba, but then that is absolutely wrong. Let individual bear the responsibility, but let not tamper with the things that can build us as a nation. If you look at countries like even the United States of America, they're not the same. A Chicagoan is not necessarily acting or talking the same way somebody from Mississippi is behaving, but they all come together. And that's one of the reasons I probably love the names of a country like United States of America, because you understand that there are different states coming together to work together. And that is where Nigeria needs to go back to. We need to know we're different. I'm not trying to force my culture on yours. You're not trying to force your culture on mine. But we know that how can we work together side by side? What are the advantages in all these differences? What are the advantages in our numbers? How can we move forward? And I would say our founding fathers, they understood a bit of what to do. And that's why we have programs like the National Youth Service Corps, because they brought it to place to bring people together. You and I interact, we don't fight. We're not, at the time when we're interacting, we're not thinking about where we're from. But when some people want to profit by our differences, that's when they will start bringing up issues that will probably make you to start thinking, oh, I shouldn't trust those persons.
So you're saying that selfish interest is what's hindering our progress and unity as a people and as a nation. So you believe strongly that the fabric of this nation can actually be sewn together and put together and can be strengthened.
I totally believe that. We have a conference coming up, and I will just talk briefly about that. At the beginning of last year, towards the end of last year, we were planning the 2022 conference. Last year, we talked about the soul of the nation, because a whole lot of things were going on. The Biafrans were agitating.
The Yoruba nation.
Yoruba nation were also there. The Arewa people were also clamoring. So it was a war for the soul of the nation for us to come together. After that, we sat down to review where we are as a nation and what the next step would be. And of course, we came up with the fact that we need to go back to the foundation. We need to bridge the gap that has been created over the years between us. We need to come together as one family to move this nation forward. And then we talked about the foundation. Who are the founding fathers? We looked at them. If you look at the founding fathers of Nigeria, we have from the north, from the east, and even it wasn't the northerners that brought Nigeria to be. It wasn't the easterner. It wasn't just the westerner. It was everybody together. And it wasn't just men. We also had women participated as well. For those of us who were born post-independence, I think what we've all known is Nigeria, and we should be actually given the chance to grow this nation. So we talked about the foundation. And we had this argument. A lot of people think that we don't even have a foundation as a nation. We're just a country of different people. What's the foundation? And then we started looking at it, and we realized that some things were put in place to bring us together. Some courses, some subjects were introduced into the classrooms to bring the students together, to bring unity. We have schools in those days called unity schools, so that people can, that unity can be formed. But over the years, all these things are getting eroded. The values are going, appreciation for the things that matters are taking backseat. Education has become something else. You're sending your child to school, you don't know what will happen between the time your child leaves your house and then comes back. A whole lot of issues had gone on that. We realized that not that we do not have a foundation as a nation. We do. What we need to do is to go back to the foundation, strengthen it. And how do we do that? We all need to come together. And one of the reasons why we're having the conference, we're not going to have just Yorubas attend. We're going to have a Nigerian, it's called I'm a Nigerian conference, where everybody comes to the table and then we're speaking to ourselves in real terms. What exactly are you doing to make this nation better? What exactly can I do? If perchance I've not identified my role in this nation as a citizen, that's an avenue, that's a platform where you can sit down, listen to others, and then know this is what we need to do. And for the next 1 year, the organization is going to be working towards ensuring that we bring back this sense of trust that this nation can actually work. If you put your hand on the deck and I put my hand on the deck, regardless of where you're from, we're going to be promoting things that bind us together, not things that separate us. We're going to be putting out narratives that show how we all come together when we're playing football, and you're not thinking, and when we leave the shores of Nigeria, most of us, you don't identify as Igbo or as Hausa. Once you're outside the shores of Nigeria, outside this country, you say, oh, I'm from Nigeria, you're from Nigeria. But within here, when we come back here, then I'm Hausa, I'm Yoruba, or this and that. So we need to tone down on that and see how we can actually rebuild, mend the fabric of this nation. And that is the only time we can enjoy Nigeria. It is very important for us to do this. Otherwise, I think we're just going to go in a longer circle. Nigeria is not going to break. I totally believe that we've gone through worse things and we'll still go through. I think it's just like every nation goes through this. If Nigeria is not going to break, what the problem I think is if we do not sit down on time to address these issues, we just waste our own time. We waste our own time. We'll go through more hard times before we finally realize that we don't have any other place but home. So for those who have woken up to know that Nigeria is the home for us and we need to do something, I think this is the time for us to pull our hands on deck and ensure that we put things together, go back to the basics, teach your children this. We have Yorubas and marrying to an Hausa family. We have intermarriages. We have a whole lot of things that we do together. We have people set up businesses together from different areas and tribes of this country, and they're doing successfully well. So I think we need to put more of those stories out. We're going to be honoring a Yoruba man, Patai Wakinkumi, once again. That's the national flag designer. He is a symbol for me of unity, because that flag identify us all as one. So we're going to bring him back. We're going to be institutionalizing the Nigerian flag project and then put a foundation in place to forever bring this to our mind, that this is a symbol of unity, while we also celebrate someone who has also contributed in an immense way, Dora Akunyili, not from Yoruba tribe this time, but then moving to another tribe to identify what she has done for Nigeria. Even though she's no more, but our work speaks. And she was someone Nigeria who believes so much in this nation. So we're also going to be honoring her on that day. Our daughter has given an award to also be around for the conference. And so we're going to be going around the different places and identify people who are contributing in one way or the other for the success of this nation.
All right, that's about the time that we have on the show this morning. But thank you so much for coming and sharing your thoughts with me on the conversation this morning.
Thank you so much, Adisa, for
and I hope to be at the conference so that I can actually see things for myself. Thank you. And thank you for staying with me on the conversation up until now. Do not forget, I'll be back here same time tomorrow. But before then, join the conversation across our social media platforms. It's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The channel to subscribe to on YouTube is TOS TV Network. And of course, stream our website, www.tostvnetwork.com, for news, stories, and happenings from across the world. Thank you again. My name is Bisayo, and I'll see you tomorrow.